The Supreme Court is hearing social media cases that could affect free speech. Letterboxd is selling a majority of its stake. And get ready for the National Emergency Alert System to play This is a Test from your phone on Wednesday. This is Engadget Today, the latest tech news with a touch of tranquility for your morning. The Washington Post reported that the U.S. Supreme Court agreed to take on two landmark social media cases with enormous implications for online speech. The conservative-dominated court will determine if laws passed by Texas and Florida are violating First Amendment rights by requiring social platforms to host content they would otherwise block. Tech industry groups, including Meta, X, and Google, say the laws are unconstitutional and violate private companies' First Amendment rights. The groups representing the tech companies contesting the laws say platforms would be at legal risk for removing violent or hateful content, propaganda from hostile governments, and spam. However, leaving the content online could be bad for their bottom lines, as they would risk advertiser and user boycotts. Supporters of the Republican-sponsored state laws claim that social media companies are biased against conservatives and are illegally censoring their views. The U.S. Supreme Court voted 5-4 in 2022 to put the Texas law on hold while the legal sparring continued. The Biden administration is against the laws. A venture capital firm named Tiny bought a 60% stake in Letterboxd, a film-focused social media site. The New York Times reported that the deal values Letterboxd at over $50 million. The site's co-founders will retain minority shareholder positions and will continue to lead the company as they insist very little else will change. Letterboxd was a rare, independently owned social network, and it grew significantly during pandemic lockdowns as homebound users sought new movies to stream and communities to chat with. Lacking the clutter of Amazon-owned IMDb, the website and app provided a haven for film buffs who wanted to write and read reviews, rate movies, create watch lists, and socialize with fellow enthusiasts. Letterboxd's co-founders framed the move as less about selling out to big money and more a growth opportunity. The site doesn't currently support television series, but the founders say they're working on a way to offer that. Letterboxd partnered with Netflix earlier this year, bringing the streaming service's recommendations to the social media platform. The federal government will conduct a nationwide alert test this Wednesday, October 4th. FEMA and the FCC will send notifications to cell phones, as well as radios and televisions, to test the National Wireless Emergency Alert System and ensure the system and the public are ready for a real crisis. The cell phone portion of the test will assess wireless emergency alerts, or WEAs, nationwide. If you live near a decent-sized metro area, there's a solid chance you've received Amber alerts through the system before. It can also broadcast signals for imminent threats, public safety, and presidential notices in a national emergency. The test's WEA portion will use FEMA's Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, a centralized internet-based system that can broadcast emergency notifications through various communications networks. So, around 2:20 Eastern Time, you'll receive a message reading, "This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed." Of course, the messages will be accompanied by a unique tone and vibration. Based on past tests we've received, that could easily be described as a jarring and obnoxious alarm that will immediately make you stop what you're doing, utter select obscenities, and pick up your phone to make it stop. The cell phone part of the test is scheduled to last for about 30 minutes, but you should be able to dismiss the notification and shut your phone up as soon as you see it and hear it. Thanks for listening. To stay in the know and in the flow, rate and subscribe wherever you listen. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributor Will Shanklin and was produced by Spoken Layer. And as a reminder, you can listen to The Future later today on Engadget tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with more.